Hi everyone, today I'm going to build a parametric wrap development. So the wrap is a really popular style in the US, and it means that there is a central parking garage structure. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my Car Park USA and just draw a little car park here. I kind of want that to be double loaded there like that. And I am going to make this multi-deck and have it be maybe 4 levels tall. So the next thing we need to do is then add a wraparound of some apartment units. And you can see next door that there is something similar to this. So the open space in between is where the parking garage is, and then wrapped around that with some airspace are apartment units. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump into my flow builder, and I'm just going to add another output here. And that output is going to end up being my apartment units. So what I want to do is first grab some of these edges. So I want it to wrap not all the way around, so I'm going to grab some of those edges there. And then I'm going to turn those edges, I'm going to offset them first, a distance. So maybe I'm going to offset those, since I'm not going to do these double loaded corridors, maybe we're going to have a 5-foot airspace here. And I need to go back to my edge selector and make sure I'm not breaking those lines so that my apartment area is continuous. So I'm just going to save that so we can see what's happened. So I just added this line offset all the way around my parking structure here. So I'm going to go back into my flow builder, and now what we need to do is turn this line into our apartments. So I'm just going to grab that line, add my apartment algorithm, and of course the apartment algorithm is double loaded by default. So what I want to do is take away one side of this, so my inner side, and then I end up with my output just going around the outside. Of course, I need to add all of my units here. So I'm going to add all of my corridor. I'm going to add even my balcony polygon. We're going to make this nice and fancy here. So I'm going to add all of my usages to these. Just add my corridor. And I am going to make these all by default 6 levels, just so that we're all on the same page as I'm going through. So my 3-bedroom unit, 6 levels. My 2-bedroom unit, 6 levels. My 1-bedroom unit, 6 levels, and my studios, 6 levels. Now, I also have, my cores, of course. That is my stair towers. Those are important. So 6 levels. And then I also have this boundary on the first floor. So I'm going to just add that as amenity space and make sure that it stacks down to the bottom. So I'm going to have just that at 1 level here. And let's just save our changes and see what we've got. So what's happening here is something is flowing through this flow that isn't quite right. So all of my levels here are just flat. And typically that happens when I have forward properties on something it shouldn't be. So I just went through there, opened up my offset line, and removed the forward properties here. And immediately what we see here is our lovely wrap structure. I've got my apartments going around my interior parking structure corridor, and I have it stacked, 6 over 1 with that bottom podium. But maybe I want this to wrap along the front too and only leave part of it open. So the way I'm going to do that is add some additional edges here. So I'm kind of fooling the algorithm with my edge selector into giving me some more optionality here with where my edges end. So if I pop back in here and go back to my edge selector, I can add in that one that's now missing. And now I've got this opening sort of on the front of or the rear of the building for perhaps where the drive-through would be to drive into that parking garage. But I've still got my, wrap all the way around. Now, what's the best part of this is now that I've created this, it's actually fully parametric. So if I need to change the size of this structure as I, adjust here, I'm going to add even more edges and make this kind of a funky shape. I'm seeing that my overlap here is now incorrect. So what I want to do is come into my apartment and have it not have a either a start depth or an end depth. So there I've got my start depth gone. And I want to add back this other edge selector. But super easy as I'm adjusting the shape of this building. I'm not having to go back in and redraw my apartments. I'm just now changing the shape of the building and then making sure that everything is kind of lined up as I go. So that's really cool. I just wanted to show you all that today, and I hope this was helpful. Thanks.